Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and on today's episode, I have some more stupid video clips for you here today from modern women on TikTok. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. I believe this first one here is about women being attracted to nice men, which of course we know that they are usually not. Let's jump in.
You're not unattracted to him because he's the nice guy. You're unattracted to him because he's feminine. When I was single and most of my friends were single, I would hear girls all the time say, he's just too nice. I'm just not attracted to nice guys. And I would be like, it's not that he's nice. It's that he's feminine and passive. And that is naturally unattractive to a feminine woman because there's no polarity.
Okay, so first of all, you're not feminine. These modern women oftentimes are not feminine, okay? It's not a matter of, oh, he's too feminine, right? What it really comes down to is that so many women these days, guys, are completely damaged. And you can't do nice things for a lot of them without it being just interpreted as weakness. Second of all, this whole niceness argument just flies out the window. Women will rationalize good qualities onto men that they are attracted to. You can have an unattractive man who does a nice thing and it will be considered creepy. But if you have an attractive man who does a nice thing, then he's the best man to ever walk the face of the earth. You see what I'm saying? Like, women just base all of this crap off of just realistically how attractive dudes are. And the same behavior is going to be interpreted two different ways depending on how the man looks to the woman.
Naturally unattractive to a feminine woman because there's no polarity. So it's not that you're unattracted to the guy that is interested in your emotion, that's interested in your feelings. You're unattracted to him because he's showing up equally emotional and equally in touch with his feelings at the wrong time. So a feminine man, a feminine guy will be always expressive. He will be always a little too sweet.
Okay, so I'm just going to pause it here, man. This is a lot of word salad, okay? And what it really boils down to, this is my opinion, this is the way I see it. Women just go after attractive men. That's really what it boils down to. And there are a lot of women, by the way, who, yes, being nice to them will actually just run them away. You know, prioritize just making her your absolute world, doing absolutely everything, no matter what, any given time. Is just like it'll make a lot of modern women run away. I see all these videos, man, about how they say that they want a chivalrous guy, a man who plans everything. But the thing is, they only want these behaviors anyway from the men that they're interested in. And if the men that they're interested in don't do these behaviors, then it doesn't matter. They'll still hook up with him anyway. You think that she's really not going to sleep with that guy because, you know, he's just not that extra bit nice to her? Of course not. She's going to sleep with the men that she's attracted to anyway, particularly these women who are perpetually single until they reach like nearly 30.
A little too always expressive. He will be always a little too sweet, a little too touchy-feely because he's feminine, not because he's not showing up in a masculine way where there's structure and your feminine feels safe to be your feminine natural self.
How many times has this woman said the word feminine, by the way? I don't think that this woman is feminine, to be honest with you. I think this woman has probably been single for a very long period of time. You know, she approaches that older age, so she has to lock down a man. And then women always do this rationalization, right? When they approach 30, now they become interested in the quote-unquote nice men. No, it's just now you recognize that you need stability, so you opt to get a relationship with the man who's going to be loyal to you. You see what these women could have got this loyal relationship the entire damn time, by the way. They could have had this relationship, but they don't. They wait until they're 30 and then they're like, wow, I've had an epiphany. Men who are this way, well, they're just feminine. It's like, no, you didn't have an epiphany. You have no idea what the hell you're talking about. You just got into a relationship with a man who is stable now because that's what you needed. It's all very, very situational, guys. Women oftentimes 20 to 30, they'll go out there, they'll party, they'll hit up the clubs, they'll go drinking, and so on and so forth. And then when they get to 30, now they'll rationalize you know, liking a particular type of man. Oh, he's masculine. It's like, this guy was here the whole time. You just weren't attracted to him, and now you need something. Let's call it for what it is.
Because he's doing that. So you can't do that. If there's no polarity in the relationship, if there's no polarity in a dynamic, let's say you're on a first date, and at first you're like, wow, he's so kind, but then you notice like he's really kind, like he's really a little too nice. He's not being too nice. He's just a more feminine man. And
yeah, Lord forbid, guys, you're just being a little bit too nice, because now apparently you just get classified as feminine. You see, this is why dudes just swear off of the nice thing altogether. You know, there's like these invisible lines. She has like this chart in her head about what constitutes too nice and too not nice. At the end of the day, here's what men do. They just stop giving a damn. You know, oh, you think I'm kind and caring? Nice. You think I'm not kind and caring? Nice. Makes no difference. Who the hell cares? You see what I'm saying, guys? Because at the end of the day, if you're attractive to them, it doesn't matter anyway. Now, I'm not saying to go out here and just be a complete a-hole and treat people like trash, okay? I think that's probably bad for you, mentally speaking. You know what I mean? You're going around treating everybody terribly. I think that's probably a bad idea, because it just puts you in a negative headspace, right? You're probably going to feel like crap if you do that. I'm just saying, guys, like, don't try and force your... You know, I'm going to be mean to people now. It's not about that, man. These women will just hook up with the men that they're attracted to at the end of the day. If the man's nice, it'll be rationalized. If the man's evil, she'll still hook up with him anyway. And oftentimes, I do think there is a going too far, being too nice, and it'll put a lot of women off. I mean, they say that they want these sorts of behaviors, you know, oh, I want flowers, I want this, but you turn up to a date with flowers and she's not attracted to you like that. Oh, she'll be calling you a creep to all of her friends. Guess what this idiot did? He bought flowers. Who the hell does that? And then next week she'll be complaining that men don't buy her flowers. You know what I mean? Crazy.
there are women who really appreciate that, mostly women who are a bit more in their masculine. They're going to be more attracted to the nice guy because there's polarity there. If you are a more feminine feeling person, you're not going to be attracted in a dating relationship to somebody who is equal in that same dynamic as you, because then there's no room, there's no like structure. You're both just like goo in the relationship. You know what I mean? Like there's not a lot of motivation or drive because that polarity is missing.
I think this woman is just, you know, justifying her transition now to going with the stable guy. I get what she's trying to say here, man. But, you know, just because a man is nice to you doesn't mean that he's feminine, by the way. You know what I mean? Oh, it's not that he's nice. It's that he's in his feminine energy. Like, what the hell are we talking about here? What the hell are we talking about? You know, it's completely ridiculous, man. Women will approach 30. They'll get into a long-term relationship because that's what they need now. They need stability. And then all of a sudden, they just become Aristotle on TikTok. You know, it's like, oh, I understand the ways of the universe and why I wasn't attracted to these men before, and why it takes most women time is because they've got to learn to be in their feminine. It's like, shut up, okay? What really happened is these women get older and then they start to look for a provider, and then they throw around these words like masculine and feminine and things like this. Truthfully, guys, I don't think the women who make videos like this, I don't think that they're feminine. I really don't. I don't think feminine women are on TikTok ranting about these sorts of things. I think feminine women are probably doing some hobby that they enjoy. You know, they're probably chilling. They're not causing headaches and saying nonsense over on TikTok. That's just my opinion.
So stop telling yourself that you just aren't attracted to nice guys, because you probably are. You're just finding feminine guys and calling them nice guys.
Holy hell, guys. These women are clinically insane. Speaking of clinically insane, I love how I can just transition every video we cover, by the way. I'll just say, speaking of whatever I said last, and it just immediately applies to the next clip because they're all as equally stupid. So let's take a listen to this one. This one is titled, what is this? The Truth About Mediocre Relationships. One Thing About a Man. So this woman is going to give us some information about men. We will see if it's accurate or not. Let's take a listen. And guys, again, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments to these clips.
And is that he's never going to let you stand in the way of him finding his dream girl. Even if you are in a committed relationship, even if you are married, if he's not treating you like how most men treat their dream girl, then you are simply not the dream girl, and you need to let that man go because he is just biding his time. And if you don't believe me, let me just explain to you how that explains all of their fuck ass weird little shitty behavior, because it's actually all very simple. Believe it or not, no matter how dense they act, men are actually very calculated. Trust me when I say he made the calculation on you probably the first time he laid eyes on you or had a conversation with you, of whether you were the dream girl that he's going to drop it all and invest everything in, or whether you are just going to be someone he shoots a shot with and uses as a placeholder for the next 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Let me just pause it here. This is women who do this. Men don't do this behavior. Men don't get into a relationship with women, right? Like, men don't get into monogamous relationships with women with the intention of only staying with them for a few years as a placeholder. This is so stupid. Like, I don't know any dude that thinks like this. He's like, yeah, I'm going to get into a relationship with this woman, but she's only a placeholder. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to like keep her for X amount of years until I can like trade upwards. This isn't how dudes think. Dudes don't get in a relationship with you and then they're like considering the next woman, you know, like they're years in advance and things like this. This is what, truthfully, this is what women do, man. Like, I don't understand how this even benefits a man in the first place. If he was going to do this, there's no need for men to do this, because men who have options, they're not going to do this. What they're instead going to do is they're just going to hook up with you. There's no need to have a relationship with you. What they'll do is they'll just hook up with you, and then they won't be serious with you. And then that way they can just date you all at once. There's no need for the woman to be a placeholder in the first place. Like, what is this logic, man? I don't understand this. I think women, this is something that women do, and then she's applying this to men and she thinks that men do the same thing. Really doesn't work the same way.
Dream girl that he's going to drop it all and invest everything in, or whether you are just going to be someone he shoots a shot with and uses as a placeholder for the next 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. And like, if he's not posting you on Instagram, it's because he doesn't want to scare the other bitches away. He's still looking for his dream girl. Like, it's all very simple. No, he's not a private person. No, he's not like been hurt by previous relationship. Men are external reward oriented.
Okay, so apparently, first of all, I don't think a lot of guys have issues with posting their girlfriend to Instagram. You know, there might be some guys who have their reasons. Maybe they're a private dude and they barely post to Instagram. That makes sense to me. A lot of guys don't really give a damn about posting that often, right? So it's not like they feel like they have to show you off. A lot of guys are really not interested in social media. Again, this is women. Let's just say, you know, there are also other reasons why a guy might not post you. Maybe he doesn't want a whole bunch of dudes who follow him to then be stalking your profile and things like this. Maybe he actually does value privacy. There's also that. You know, and let's be real about it, guys. Oftentimes, if a dude posts a woman, more women just end up in your DMs anyway. Like, when has a woman being with a man scared a future woman away from that dude? If anything, it makes the situation worse. This is called pre-selection, guys. Have you ever noticed how women have the tendency to chase men who are already in relationships? This is actually a very widely documented thing that women like to do. It's called mate choice copying, something like that. It's also called just having social proof in general. But a lot of guys, number one, they're not interested in social media like you. Number two, a lot of guys actually are private. Yes, and they don't like to share all their personal details, especially to a bunch of random dudes online. But hey, these women, they just can't understand that, man. And I'm sure as well, a lot of guys wouldn't have an issue if the woman wanted to be posted and she asked the dude. I'm sure they wouldn't even have an issue. Dudes don't really do this crap of like, you know, I'm going to plan for the next 3 years and I don't want to scare away the women. Women are attracted to dudes who have women anyway. I mean, again, she has no idea, man. She's just talking about from a woman's perspective, and she thinks that the same logic applies to men.
Not like been hurt by previous relationship. Men are external reward oriented. If you are not the woman that they really picture themselves with, or if you as a woman don't bring them any sort of like status or shift the opinion of others about him by being with him, he just won't post you because he wouldn't consider that rewarding. That would be embarrassing for him. That's why he doesn't post you.
Okay, so just by the way, most dudes are not out here thinking about leveraging you for status, madam. Okay, the average guy doesn't even understand this. He's not interested in social media. He just wants a normal, nice, feminine person that's pleasant to be around. That's all that he wants. You see what I'm saying? It's not like, oh yeah, I'm going to post her because she's more status. I'm not going to post her because she's less status. This is the thinking of a woman, to be honest with you. This really is. Now, obviously, if you're a woman and you're like, you've got some serious health issues or something like this, maybe he won't post you for that reason. He's thinking to himself, like, listen, she's got some work to do, and chances are if he's dating you, he's probably in a similar boat, and he's not posting himself either until perhaps he gets to his health to a proper position. You see what I'm saying? Like, there are very drastic reasons why a man might not post you, but oftentimes he's not posting himself because he'll be in a similar boat. Like, that's just really the truth of the matter. Like, this is not how men think. Men don't sit there and think, well, I could post my girlfriend, but she lowers my status. It's like, no. And a lot of these women, they think that they have relationships, by the way. This is probably a big thing too, is so many women, they think that they have a relationship with the dude, and so they're trying to get posted, but the dude's over here like, no, we're not in a relationship. Like, you want to pretend like we're together and things like that. But why? Like, I'm not with you, and women just try and get on your pages. Crazy how that works as well. A lot of them, they think they have relationships with men, but they really don't.
If you are not the woman that they really picture themselves with, or if you as a woman don't bring them any sort of like status or shift the opinion of others about him by being with him, he just won't post you because he wouldn't consider that rewarding. That would be embarrassing for him. That's why he doesn't post you.
Just by the way, if this were true, you think that more women would actually try and make their men look good, but I see so many modern women just clowning on their dude, emasculating him, things like this. I don't think dudes look at it like status, blah blah blah. It's just like, they don't really think about it. And if you come to your man and you want him to post you to Instagram, it would probably benefit you if you're requesting anything from him to actually be someone who's nice to him. So it's probably less about status and more about just treating him like a human being. If you're emasculating and treating him like trash, it's got very little to do with social media. He's probably just not interested in being around you altogether. We covered a video recently, guys, where some dude went out golfing for like the entire day, returned home late at nighttime, and we were watching the video of his wife, and I'm like, of course the guy wants to stay out all day and golf. I don't even like golfing, guys, and I would probably pick up golfing if I had to deal with a woman like that. You know what I mean? But like, these women, they offer nothing, and then they're like, wow, why is it that man won't do X behavior for me? It must be because of X reason, and their reason is always just completely wrong.
When he's going to post someone, it's going to be a woman of whatever caliber he imagines himself with. So don't waste your time. He's not buying you dinner or flowers or whatever. It's because he wants to have enough money in his bank account to impress his dream girl if need be.
What? So wait. So if a man doesn't spend money on you, if he doesn't like buy you these things that you want, then that's because he's saving his money to spend it on other women. This is so stupid. This is so incredibly stupid. Maybe the dude's just A, being smart with his money. Maybe B, he's not getting you these things because he doesn't want to get you these things. Maybe he thinks that you'll just run away if he does get you these things. I mean, truth be told, guys, a lot of women, you get them flowers these days and they'll treat you like a freak. So there's also that, like, but of course, apparently we're just out here saving money for other women. I don't know, the dude's probably saving up for his dream car or something, or maybe he's trying to pay rent. Who the hell knows? This woman's just Such a clown. Such a clown. She has no idea, man.
With. So don't waste your time. He's not buying you dinner or flowers or whatever. It's because he wants to have enough money in his bank account to impress his dream girl if need be.
Just by the way, if he's not buying you like things like dinner and stuff, you ever think that maybe he just doesn't want to go to dinner with you? Oh, but I have a relationship with him. Do you really? I'm very skeptical, man. Whenever I see these videos, you know, women talking about these guys, I oftentimes think they're just talking about the top dudes that they match with on dating applications. And these men are like, well, the reason why I don't take her out to dinner is because I don't want to and I don't have to. It's like, it's not because they're saving money for their dream girl. Like, shut up.
If he's making you split like food and bills and everything like that 50-50, and you need to think about, why are you sharing your body with him if he can't provide fully for you in case he gets you pregnant?
Wait. So this woman is like, yo, why is he paying 50-50? He should just be paying everything, guys. You know, he's the man. It's his job to pay absolutely everything. If he's not paying food, bills, you know, rent, if he's making you pay 50-50, then hey, what the hell's going on here? I'm glad you bring this up, madam. So can we start talking about the things that we expect from women in that case? No? Because every single time, man, you have these women who make these videos of like, yeah, men have to do this, men have to do that. They never once bring up what women should bring to the relationship ever.
Why are you sharing your body with him if he can't provide fully for you in case he gets you pregnant? Because the chances of that are not that negligible. If a man wants you to share your body with him in a way that implicates a very huge consequence for you, then you should at least not have to pay for your own food. Because what?
Just by the way, the chances of this happening are very negligible, but modern day women are completely irresponsible with modern day contraceptives. They just refuse to use them correctly. Like, let's just call it for what it is. Oh, but the man didn't want to use his, you know, he didn't want to use protection. It's like, okay, why are you hooking up with dudes who refuse to use protection then? You see what I'm saying, guys? These women are just like, oops, you know, he should be paying the bills in case I have a baby. Maybe stop having, you know, unprotected bedroom action with dudes that you don't know, or in at the very least in a long-term relationship with. Back in the day, it would be like, hey, wait until marriage. But now, like, and by the way, these women who are saying this, he has to pay my bills in case I get pregnant. Like, let's just call this for what it is, guys. These women are essentially night workers. They want you to pay their bills to have access to them. It's like, if dudes are going to do this, like, why not skip the step? They would just go out there and hire night workers. These are essentially just night workers in disguise. Men have to pay for everything if they want access to my body. I mean, this just sounds like you're a night worker, doesn't it? That's really what it sounds like. You're not a girlfriend. You're not a wife. Okay, you are a glorified TikTok night worker. And again, we never talk about what the women are required to bring to the table, do we, guys? Never.
With him in a way that implicates a very huge consequence for you, then you should at least not have to pay for your own food. Because what the fuck? That's just me. I just would never do that. Cardi B said broke boys don't deserve no pussy.
Oh my goodness, this woman takes dating advice from Cardi B. Is this really where we're at, guys? Like, is this how far society has fallen? That modern day women are taking dating advice from Cardi B? Wasn't this the woman who was like an ex-night worker who bragged about shall I say, intoxicating men and then robbing them? Is this the same Cardi B? Like, craziness, guys, that we are out here taking these are female role models, by the way. This is like modern day role models for females. Absolutely disgusting. Imagine you've got a daughter or something like this, man, and she's growing up. This is probably one of the last role models you would want your daughter to have. Cardi B. Broke boys don't deserve no play, shall I say, for YouTube purposes. I mean, okay, does that mean that dudes are allowed to say if you've been with any dudes, then you're not deserving of getting any resources? Like, is this going to be a two-way street? I don't understand. If men are expected to bring money, are you going to bring something that men care about, like purity? No, because you're listening to people like Cardi B. You've been with 3,700 different men. These women are so lost, guys, and then they wonder why dudes don't want them, you know?
I know that's right. You should also know that that's right, because it is right. Like, by nature, even in nature, or like, males have to impress the females. Why are you with a man that you're not even impressed by?
Why the hell are men trying to impress you in the first place? Like, that's what I'm saying, man, is like, dudes have no reason to impress people like you.
I'm not impressed with any man that has to split a dinner date 50-50. Like, that's not impressive. So don't lay down with him and share your body with him in a way that could get you pregnant with this man's seed, because he will only be able to pay for his half of everything, which is nothing. It's nothing, because he's not gonna grow and birth and breastfeed that baby. And he's probably gonna leave you once it's born because he's too broke to afford it. So just don't lay down with a man that's making you split bills. Just don't. Not in this economy. If he's like, oh, I'm just not the romantic type, like I don't do these grand gestures, I don't like whatever, that's because he really doesn't want you to think that he's that invested in your relationship. Because he knows if he makes some grand gesture, like if he buys you flowers, all that stuff, you're gonna post that shit on Instagram and people are gonna connect you to.
Yeah, so what this woman is describing is a man that you don't have a relationship with, by the way. Like, this guy that she's talking about in this little instance that she's got going on, this is not somebody that she has a relationship with. The reason why the man doesn't want to, like, he says this crap is because you're casual fun to him, by the way. If he's making it this overtly clear, you are not even in a relationship with this man. This guy just doesn't even want you. Okay? And again, I want to really stress this, guys. Women will make videos like this. Check this out. Women will actively make videos like this saying, don't hook up with no broke man. You know, he's got to pay your bills and everything. But the moment the highly attractive man slides in her DMs, she will rock up to his house. Like, can we just call it for what it is? You know, you require one set of behavior from the men that you're not attracted to. And then the men that you are attracted to, they don't have to pay your bills. They don't have to do any of this crap. They don't have to do the romance. They don't have to do any of it. Guys, please just, rather than watch what women say, just watch what they do, man. It's completely different. You know, oh, don't hook up with the man who's broke. Meanwhile, last weekend, she went over to some dude's house at 10 p.m. on a Wednesday because he's attractive to her. This man never paid a bill of hers, never took her out to dinner, never did anything. But I listened to Cardi B. It's like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, real nice.
Lay down with a man that's romantic type, like I don't do these grand gestures, I don't like whatever. That's because he really doesn't want you to think that he's that invested in your relationship. Because he
Yeah, what relationship?
He knows if he makes some grand gesture, like if he buys you flowers, all that stuff, you're gonna post that shit on Instagram and people are gonna connect you to. He knows that if he does these grand gestures, it's going to give you a false impression of how long he wants your relationship to last. But trust me when I say, he will do these things for the next woman. No.
Yeah, so here's what happens. You're in a casual relationship with this guy, i.e. you don't have one. And then he goes out there, he gets an actual relationship with the woman who doesn't listen to Cardi B for dating advice. He gives her flowers and you're like, wow, see? You know, see, he gave flowers to this woman. Yeah, it's because that woman is a completely different quality to the one making TikTok videos listening to Cardi B dating advice. That's the difference. You know, it's not that he was, oh, you're a placeholder girl. You weren't even a placeholder. You weren't even a relationship to these men. I'm so confused how women even get to this position, man. You know, like they just delude themselves so damn much. The reason why he gets the next girl flowers is probably because he views that next girl as a lot more valuable than you.
Last. But trust me when I say, he will do these things for the next woman. No, not because you taught him and not because you were the lesson, but because he was looking for his dream girl the whole time. Instead of taking him at his actions, you took him at his words. So here's what I need you to do. At least, if you're gonna play this game, play it the same exact way. Do not ever let a man who's treating you mediocre or leaving anything to be desired stop you from finding your dream man. Like, be out there, continue putting yourself out there.
Yeah, so here's the strategy now that the women are adopting, right? Is go out there, hook up with the bad boys, but don't let hooking up with the bad boys stop you from finding your provider. I mean, this is nothing new. This like really is nothing new, guys. Women going out there from 18 to 30, hooking up with a bunch of dudes, and as they push 30, they're keeping their eyes peeled for that man who has money and who's going to look after her. There's nothing new to see here. This is a strategy that's been adopted by women for quite some time now. It's a dual mating strategy. On the one hand, we hook up with the attractive men, but on the other hand, we also keep our eyes looking for the men who are dumb enough to provide for us. And this is why, by the way, we have so much paternity fraud, is because women will go out there, they'll hook up with bad boys while they're looking for a provider, or even with a provider of a guy, and then they'll try and pass the kids off as though it's his, even though it's not. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.